New game.
It's time.
So, first of all, Cast of Seven Godsends was great. 5 minutes and 48 seconds. We did get below 6 minutes. Fiona did that one. Moonberry in second and Gaffadil in third.
There was no way to know that it was going to turn out as well as it did.
That is that game. I saw a big guide was written the other day for it too, by Fiona, I think. And I was reading some of that. Some tips for speedrunning Cast of the Seven Godsends. Are you ready for the reveal, everybody?
I am ready.
You're gonna have 4 weeks to play this next one. First gets $50, second gets 20, and third gets 10. Game. Here it is. It's a DOS game by a company that never made another game. I think Bungie published this. Falsely accused and imprisoned in a high security facility, you watch in horror as a mysterious biogenetic experiment turns everybody around you. I think that's a comma, but this font doesn't have it. But I don't know what symbol that is actually, because there's commas all over this. You have to steal a suit of power armor, any weapons you can get your hands on, make your way to the deepest level of the prison before the plague spreads out. This is the 2D Doom game, is what they say it is, but it's just a Contra-like. 360 side-scrolling action, run, jump, fall, fly in any direction. So this is selling points for this one for speedrunning is it's non-linear, and there's secrets everywhere. Weapons and power-ups are lying all over the place.
Yeah, there's a ton of hidden pathways. Even the very first level has warps to later levels, so it's really good for getting the any percent run kicked off right.
Well, I'm all set. So authorblues is going to be playing it. We have a world record for it. It is 37 minutes and 22 seconds.
Yep.
I did notice that this game is on a bunch of systems, so just like last time, unless we determine that there's a huge difference between the versions, I know one of them has 360 controller support. One of them's on the iPhone. Did you know that this game's on those systems?
I saw abuse for Android listed somewhere, and just kind of shook my head at it. I'm going to be playing the MS-DOS version. I have the MS-DOS version. I'm not sure that this is the same version that the world record holder plays on. I think we'll probably just need to work out exactly what's the right way to play this. So don't take anything I'm doing as the definitive right way. We're still kind of figuring this game out, so we'll know later what the right way to play this is. But
yeah, if we run into an issue with games being wildly different across the formats, but I think this was like the source was given away. I was reading about it, and it sounded like the developers hooked them up with it so that they could do it right. Like so.
Now, I've installed both the MS-DOS version and the SDL port, and the SDL port seems somewhat different. It seems like it controls differently and runs at a different speed, so they're probably not comparable. We just need to figure out what it is we're doing here specifically.
Well, let me check this audio.
Yeah, there's no audio on this screen.
Okay. Well, I'll start a clock for you if you want to maneuver in. I'm ready. All good.
Sure. Yeah, you'll probably need to unsquish it a little bit, but because this has a lot of small things and cramped spaces going on. This is a really frenetic game, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. So
good luck with this one. I do have audio.
So this is the tutorial right here. It's just kind of showing you how things work, how to activate platforms. Sometimes gates are controlled by whether or not you've killed all the enemies in a room, so I've got to kill all these enemies. This is a mouse and keyboard game, primarily.
We haven't played a shoot 'em up like that. Actually, I don't know if I ever have, but I was going to say we haven't played a game like this in Speed Bump yet, either a run and gun. I don't think we have. Let me look at the list. Unless you count Keith Courage.
Alright, so here's the secret area in the tutorial that leads to warp gates to each of the first 4 levels, so I'm going to skip straight to World 4.
Yeah, so there are a whole routing's going to be a thing for sure. There's just so many paths, and you know, presumably the world record has a good handle on it, but there's not a lot of competition.
No, to my knowledge, it's just one guy's done some work on this. There's only one person on the leaderboard, and when I did some searching for some speedrun information, I only found one person who had done it. So hopefully the audio is balanced okay. It's extremely loud in my ears right now, but
I have control of that. Don't worry about that.
Oh, he's gonna get me. This guy's gonna.
You got crunched by this weird. What even is this thing?
Yeah, those are. You'll find those sometimes in hallways where they basically are just trying to force you to the end and get you squished.
So there's all kinds of just optional places in this. This game is larger than you need to run.
Yeah, this is a game with a lot of ground to cover, so it's going to be primarily based on routing things out properly and figuring out what can be skipped. You'll probably need to know most of the locations of secret things, so you'll really want to know where additional health and stuff like that are available. If you know where those are, then you can know whether or not you want to skip them. So that's what it really comes down to. Where health is, where ammo is, what do you need for challenges coming up, things like that. So you can't run out of all of your ammo. You have infinite ammo for your main gun, but if you actually collect ammo for the main gun, it fires much faster. So like right now, I have ammo for the main gun and it fires extremely fast. Once I run out, it fires much more slowly.
Oh, that makes sense. That's a good safety. The answer to what will happen when the world record holder sees competition is probably he'll get excited. But hopefully he'll join and compete also. We've had world record holders get excited. I think only one or two have competed. So what are these switches you're turning on? Do you know?
So these are teleporters. I need to activate all of the switches in order to go on to the next area. God, this place is terrifying. Alright, well I don't think I saved the progress. Oh, I did save a little bit of progress. That's good. I was certain I hadn't. Oh, invisible bad guys. There's those too.
Really digging the soundtrack. Yeah, there's supposed to be infected aliens, or I think they're humans actually, and laser turrets and robots. That's the extent of the information I could find about the enemies. I'm gonna see if
this game takes a lot of my focus to play, but that's just because this is not really the kind of game that's in my wheelhouse. It's fascinating, the game, but it's quite challenging, I find.
It's on the Macintosh. There is a guide on Game FAQs about it. Let me see what this says here. Oh, it's in progress. Do you think this will ever get completed?
Do I ever think what?
There's a Game FAQ that's in progress for this game.
You may need to turn it up. I'm turning it down on my end. It's way too loud in my ears. I practically couldn't hear anything.
I found an FAQ that is incomplete. Okay. I'm reading it.
Okay, well, I'd love it if in the year 2020 they could finish it. That'd be of great help to people.
There's things in this FAQ. Sometimes you run into really weird FAQs. I guess it's from the era where people didn't know what they were doing with writing these, because it's like, who wrote abuse? And then it gives you like, it's like a reporter's background check on who wrote this game's storyline. What kind of game is abuse? And then it's got a bunch of bullet points with every single feature.
Which, of course, you want to know.
Was abuse written entirely in this language? And then he talks about the programming language for a while. Here is the word count output on the source code. It has 67,904 C++ words. That's how many words you need to make abuse.
Man, I don't think these guys want me to be alive. I'm starting to think that they're okay with me being dead. I'm starting to think we're on different teams. Like, even if you don't care about me, I care about you.
I'm gonna look for actual information in this thing. And like
I
this
do
feels
not
like
know.
a developer already. Okay, I got weapons. There's a lot of weapons. Laser saber, death frisbee, guided missile launcher.
Okay.
I can dig that. Fast power up, fly, health, sneaky, visor, health boosters. That's all your power ups. There's an
So they
invisibility.
show it a little bit in the tutorial, but because I didn't do the tutorial, we're not seeing it. But yeah, there's actually some power-ups you can get throughout the game, where if you just like hold down the right mouse button, you run really fast. And I don't know how you actually earn more of those. It gives it to you temporarily in the tutorial, presumably to teach you how those features work.
It looks like it's a lightning bolt pickup.
Okay.
There was flying for a while. Only available in the commercial version of Abuse. Max HP from 100 to 200 is the health power up. Sneaky is invisibility. And visor is turns off lighting effects or provides the user with a high beam headlight. But the game FAQ writer is implying that this might not exist. So I don't think they're sure if this is in the game or not.
I have a guy at school who definitely told me that he did this one time.
Yeah, he heard that this might be in here, so he put a note about it being a thing that you could maybe find. He's got a list of all the enemies. There's 3. Have you seen more than 3 enemies? I feel like you have.
I've seen a number of different enemies, yeah. I would say we've experienced more than 3 so far. A lot of the enemies I'm encountering are these variants of this thing, which is some sort of like jumping enemy with either a gun or lasers attached to its head.
Let me just read you this line here. The ant is the enemy that you will meet the most frequently, much more deadly than the insect variety. These ants will really spoil your picnic.
Oh my god. You know, but I miss those days back when the authors of these FAQs really were having a fun time with it.
It's just like sappy PR. It's like the dev wrote this personally. Maybe he did, but I would think he would know what power-ups are in his own game if that were.
Is there a way out of this room? I'm starting to wonder whether or not I'm going to be able to get out of here. Okay, this room is awful.
I'm still reading data.
Well, I can't go to the right here. Where do you think I go, Smite? I'm already stumped.
I can pop.
Break the floor here.
I can pop up in the world record. We can watch that. We have a reference. That's the nice thing about this game. To start.
Yeah, when I was originally looking at this game, I was really on the fence because I wasn't sure how long this game really was and whether or not it was going to be viable to play, but seeing an existing world record really changed my mind.
Currently, no multiplayer variants exist because the netcode has not been released. Dave Taylor says to expect the network patch 1 or 2 weeks after release. Hey, hey Dave, we got that? Can we multiplayer this sucker? Is that a thing? I wonder if they ever did that. It's only been 25 years.
Well, Dave, hopefully you've been relaxing, but the world's ready for the multiplayer patch. It's time, Dave.
The net play has expanded quite a bit in these last 2 decades.
Oh, I got the power up. I got the power up. I'm running very fast.
Nice. Hey, you hit a switch. That thing right there, he calls a boulder. I don't know that I would call it that, but that's what it is. Where can I learn more about level editing? Oh, there's a level editor in the game somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nice.
There we go. On to the next level.
There's documentation about it. We could make your own speedrun stage.
I can't run anymore though. So it looks like that that chip I collected. It looked like a computer chip. Not a potato chip, computer chip.
Oh
Looked
man,
like that was what gave me the fast running speed.
this is making me go back to my high school days. There is a what channels exist on IRC for discussing abuse? The game. The official
Well,
abuse
that's giving me
discussion channel. Hashtag abuse. Also, hashtag Doom. You will probably be able to strike up a conversation about this game. Dave Taylor of ID Software, of id Software and Crack.com, makes appearances in hashtag Doom. Is that why I keep hearing a reference to Doom? Like every time I read a review of this game, it's the 2D Doom. They keep saying that. Press spacebar to continue.
Well, it's because it's the 2D Zoom. Or 2D Doom.
Yeah, I guess it is. I mean, I can't see it. It's Contra.
This is definitely like very similar to Turk, and that's what it reminds me of.
What news groups exist for discussing this game? What mailing lists exist for discussing this game? How can I get this game?
Well, you just gotta send $20 in a self-addressed stamped envelope.
I wonder if crack.com is still this company's website. This game, it's on, that domain is on sale, everybody.
That is not a URL I would type into my browser.
It's available. It's just contact this dude. It's $250,000. You can own crack.com. You can do anything you want with it. It could be yours.
There's a nice variety of guns. I find it very difficult to sort of swap on demand to them, but there is a good variety here. I never feel underpowered. I just feel too burdened to change weapons. That's what it really comes down to.
Well, it looks like all the information I have for you is what the author of this guide thinks the enemy names are and copyright information. Just version history. Version 0.2, they added a credits section. It looks like, I mean, I gotta give it to this game FAQ's writer. He did that ridiculous word count for the C++ stuff and the Lisp. He contacted the devs and they responded, and he gave them that weird journalist investigation of information that he got for the...
Can you imagine developing a game and having someone message you and say, I've got to know, if you open this in Microsoft... No, sorry, Corel... what was the name of the... If you open it in Corel 96, what does it say the word count is? Are you sure you don't want me to explain to you how I developed? Nope. Just need to know about the word count.
Copyright recognition. Abuse is a registered trademark of Crack.com. Doom and Quick are id Software. Star Wars is Lucasfilms. And Tron, Walt Disney. Are those things in this game?
No, he probably just mentioned them and did not understand how little of that he actually had to include.
Let me see. He put the word Tron in here one time to describe the Death Frisbee, and he decided that that merited a disclaimer that he's not stealing Tron from Disney. It's a very safe FAQ. He's very protected. No one's coming after this guy.
Oh, cool. I've got the ability to fly now.
That seemed like a good one.
My people need me. Oh my god, get out of here.
I was trying to find how many levels are in this, but
I think it's something like 15.
All I can tell you is the word count. What happened? Where's the guide? Well, we're gonna have to reference the world record, which I definitely took a gander at, but I haven't watched in full.
It's pretty fast. There aren't like a ton of big mistakes, so this is one where I think that unless significant things are found, I don't think that the world record is going to change a great deal. It seems to me, looking at it, that there's a great foundation already provided. So, if you're interested in getting in on this game is absurd but fascinating in its own way. If you're interested in getting in on this, the world record already has done a lot of the legwork for you.
Well, we say it about every game, but I think every game has been that so far. I'm not disappointed with a single pick so far. I mean, what was the worst pick we had? I would say it's probably that Flash game that we grabbed that one time, just to, like, and even that one I liked. I didn't dislike it. That was Ophidia is the one I mean. But
Oh,
like Rising Zan, Devilish, Asterix, Mickey, and what is the worst game in that list? I don't know. I like all these for speedrunning, especially. They're just great, and they all turned out really well for times too.
yeah. So someone was asking how many levels I've beaten so far. I've beaten one main level so far. I'm probably getting to the end of this one. Oh boy.
This game is definitely one of the ones that you can expect to get easier with plays, pretty significantly, I think.
Yeah, I mean, not being surprised by things you run into is gonna make a huge difference.
Yeah, we'll get it. It seems like a rough first play, but Infinite Continues seems like a thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can always continue from a save at least, and the game provides you ample saves throughout. I guess I have to destroy those? They're really giving me the business over here, so I'm gonna assume I have to destroy those.
I'm gonna go ahead and update the website here. Cast the Seven God Sends Fiona. Got that one. Nice work. I've linked that. This game's name is incredibly... You have to put DOS with it, so abuse, DOS, or you're never gonna find it in a billion years.
Yeah,
Name...
please don't just Google abuse.
Yeah, just games that have one word, no matter what it is, you'll never find.
Oh, it did finally open, huh?
I want to make that post. We're all set. So you do have 3 weeks, 6 days, folks. Same thing as usual. This is the 27th that we end on for this one. No, 29th, actually. Pretty close to the end of the month for August here. The 29th, Saturday at midnight.
There we go.
As soon as we hit the 30th. Whoa!
That's level 6.
One of the nice things about DOS games, they always surprise me with how nice they look. I'm always...
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. This game, it runs surprisingly smoothly. At least the DOS version is the one I'm playing right now, so I can speak to that. It runs really smoothly, and it looks nice.
Yep. I mean, DOS games were capable of a lot, and some of them really pushed it. Like, they just do weird stuff. I'm so used to SNES limitations that anytime I see a game doing weird stuff, it's always throws me a little bit. I'm like hard-coded at this point for console restrictions, especially on retro games.
Yeah.
So even this game, old as it is, I mean, it's past the SNES era. It's a PlayStation era now, and it still is just, it's doing some neat stuff. Press down to teleport. Got it.
I think the other thing about this game is that for as difficult as it is, it's surprisingly intuitive. Most of the game controls in exactly the way you'd expect it to. It's challenging in the right ways, but it's not like it's not hard because it's bad. It's hard because it's designed to be really challenging.
Yeah, we will help with setup if people need help with that DOS box. We can make a shortcut that will launch it with the right settings. And yeah, I'm pretty sure source code for this is available, like straight up, just it's on GitHub, I think. It's just up there. 15 FPS frame rate is intended. This does support like a controller, like a 360 controller. I saw that note. But yeah, we can force it to be 15 frames a second. We can do all kinds of things. cycles can be set with the shortcut and stuff, like we can make sure everyone's on the same page with that if that's the version that we're playing. As far
Yeah,
as version
DOS speedrunning's a little bit weird with that. But I'm playing it right now on max frames, and it seems to be running really smoothly. Usually, it's only a bad sign if it runs badly with max frames, because then you have to figure out how you're going to regulate it. Please stop coming at me.
I'm gonna make a post on speedbump.run for this game. So once again, it is, and it's usually going to be the case, $50 for first place, 20 for second, and 10 for third. And I owe some people some prizes, which are going to go out this month. I'm going to catch up, for sure. I've been saying that, but this time, I got it. We're ready to pay those checks, man. Moonberry and Daffodil, I think, are two of them. I'll check. I have notes. I'll go down that list. We'll get that covered. And I'm going to make a post for abuse on the front page of Speed Bump here. And the clock is already running. I'm betting that the Discord will be abuzz with information. It usually is. That's definitely the place. If you haven't joined us for one of these before, that's the place you need to be. Discord.gg/smite. There is a room there. You don't have to be in there. That's not mandatory, but I would recommend it.
Yeah, people are often quite actively participating, sharing information. I mean, you would think that with money being on the line, that there might be some hiding of strats, people playing for themselves, but this is really, every game that we've done has been a real community effort. People publishing strats for each other, sharing information, and I mean, that's really what's gotten these games so low. Cast of the Seven Godsends is probably the best example that we've had so far, a game that we originally thought was going to take 25 minutes turned into a 5-minute speedrun because so many people were collaborating to make that run as good as it was.
That one whips. Wait.
Yeah, I'm not sure either of us would have picked the game if we had known it was going to be 5 minutes long, but that it got to 5 minutes long was just incredible, honestly.
I was waiting for that one for a while. I was glad to see it was on sale, but I was even happy to see that it got hit that hard. I'm no longer the only person that enjoys Cast of Seven Godsends. Nah, lots of people were playing it, but I mean, it's just one of those games where once you give it a shot, it's a lot more fun than you would expect. And I'm glad I could spread that one around a little bit. I like to advertise indie games that could use some attention.
So just talking about the existing world record is about 30 minutes long. It seems like each level's probably, I mean, once you know where you're going and you know how to mitigate risk and beat it efficiently, it seems like each level's probably about 2 or 3 minutes long. So these levels are shorter than you'd think. I'm only really having trouble with it because it's my first time ever playing the game.
Hey, you dodged that thing. You're getting better already.
I'm learning.
Cast of Seven Godsends was a lot of fun. I think this one will be too. It's just a very high action game. I'm looking forward to seeing people cruise through this stuff, and especially the routing is going to be week one. I'm sure it's just all routing. That might not ever stop because you're gonna be looking for secrets. If the weapons are, I mean, what weapons have you found? I see you do not have the base one anymore.
I'm not using the base one right this second, but I've got ammo for a grenade launcher, and I've got ammo for, let's see, a rocket launcher. The rocket launcher has homing shots, so you can hit from a greater distance. And then I've also got a some sort of electrical railgun kind of thing.
I love this Mega Man 5 trap that you're in here. This Dr. Wily Tower thing that you're dealing with. That's good stuff.
Yeah, this grenade launcher is pretty good. It's I'm lobbing the grenades, but whew, not want to die there. But here we are. Leave me alone. I'm getting a little more efficient at this. Once you get the hang of it, it's not so bad. Now I just got to figure out where the end of the stage is, because I've done most of... Oh, here we go.
If it's anything like Contra at all, which it definitely looks like it is, the weapons are an incredible factor. Like, doing any of those games without a gun sucks real bad. So finding a gun's probably huge, I would expect. I don't know what their power-up differences are. Like, if this game has the equivalent of a C or S in Contra, that's the gun that you just... As soon as you get that, everything changes. You're suddenly the powerhouse.
Yeah, as long as you can keep your ammo up and the grenade launcher and the rocket launcher, it seems like it's pretty good. That seems like what you really need. The only real damage in this game, or challenge in this game, seems like crowd control. Just like dealing with, like, sometimes you'll go down a hallway and the game will just drop 30 enemies on you. And so being able to take care of that risk really quickly before they whittle away at your health seems like what's most important here. And for what it's worth, if you're thinking this game looks like it's incredibly hard, I'm notoriously terrible at games like this. The mouse and keyboard combo has never been my strong pairing. But I'm finding it really fun to play, which is not something I can typically say about games like... Oh my god. Smite, they're coming for me.
Are those the ants?
They are, and they are gonna ruin my picnic.
I'm gonna start saying that all the time. If that don't light your fire, your wood's wet.
I'm sorry, what?
What? You don't have any other idioms ready to go? You just don't have, like, one per minute?
I don't. Oh, I missed this one. Ah! Okay, next level. So I make a decent progress, I guess. Oh my god, there's so many of them. There's just so much going on in this game all the time.
Just making sure my post is correct. That information up there.
Ultimately, my goal is that we run this on the same version that the world record holder is running on. Assuming that there's no reason to prefer another version. And so I've reached out to the world record holder to get some information, and I'll share that information I found when I know more.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll definitely have that for you, folks. I'm sure that won't take long to find out. In any case.
You know, the hard part is that they also have rocket launchers.
I am confirming the game's source code is open source, public domain. It's on Linux, it's on a million things because of that. So, yeah. It does work over TCP/IP. They came through. There's multiplayer. They did it. They made it happen.
Oh, that's so great.
The game's community did that. They also added 8-bit color depth extension, because that's what you're originally dealing with, and they made it more colorful. They added some bits. It does have... It's on the Wii Homebrew. Availability is there for that. It's got Xbox 360 controllers support. I knew that. The community developer made a 20th anniversary source port.
Yeah, we'll obviously do some research about all of the ports, and probably treat them on a case-by-case basis. If it seems like they run commensurate with the DOS version or whatever the world record's using, then they'll probably be allowed. If the person who runs the leaderboard, which is currently the world record holder, is active enough to share their opinion with us, then it would maybe be nice to just go with whatever they would accept for the leaderboard. But I imagine that the answer would be that if it runs at the same pace as the DOS version, then it should be okay. Once again, concerned about the amount of damage some of these things are dealing.
How much health do the health pickups give you back?
About 20, it seems like.
Wish this game had some music. That's the one thing that's missing.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless you're... Did you set up your Sound Blaster 16?
I mean, you're hearing the sound effects.
It does have music in version 2.0.
I think the CD version has music. I'm not sure if the DOS version does. I'm playing the DOS version, and it may not be the version that has music.
People are saying this version required a specific sound card. Well, we'll look into that. I mean, it would be fun to have the music. Investigations. The sound of, like, I mean, is that you? Are you making those shrieks? That's weird.
I have no idea what is making those sounds, but they're very unpleasant to hear.
It's like the Soul Reaver and you're in the dead world and everyone's crying. It's just this awful noise while you try and 3D platform around. It's constant. That's why I would like the music.
Some of those enemies have rocket launchers of their own, and it's terrible. They should not be given rocket launchers.
Well, you've been at it for 30 minutes. How you feeling?
It's good. I mean, I think this is a really good game. I wasn't sure how I'd feel about it after 30 minutes. I still think it's very good, but boy, it's challenging. I think for like a first clear, most people are probably going to require ample saving, like I am.
I bet that there's a setting we could get to turn the music on here if it exists, but yeah, I'll check on that.
For what it's worth, there's difficulty settings, and I believe I'm playing on the easiest difficulty.
Yeah, I think we should do that, regardless. That jetpack you have, just... it whips.
Is
this the boulder room?
Yeah, that boulder rolled through and just took out most of my health. I was at full health and brought me down to 23.
There is a pickup in this game that doubles your health. I imagine you keep it until you die, right? So, like, when I say double, I mean 200 max, not just double what you currently have.
I haven't seen it. Or if I have, I collected it and then lost it so fast I didn't notice it. The one thing I will say is that at some points in this game, like the amount of damage that things do is pretty reasonable. You know, you'll be surrounded by 2 or 3 enemies, and it feels like even though they're wailing on you, it seems like you're able to handle the damage. And then every now and then, the game will just throw 30 enemies right on top of you, and you'll go from full health to dead.
Those robots are serious.
Yeah, they weren't joking around.
I heard you guys
Some of these
get upset.
sound effects are so unsettling. They got me. The room's tough. I'm low on ammo right now, which is making me have to do most of it with laser.
It's pretty nice UI. I can see 3 missing weapons. I think the last one is a sword, which probably is busted because it's the last one and it's melee, and that's usually an either great or useless kind of thing in gaming, so I'm going to guess that it's great. Having not seen it at all, I put my money on great. What's your favorite weapon out of these 5?
The railgun seems to do a lot of damage. It just shoots like a beam of electricity, and it seems to just tear through things pretty well, so... I guess that, probably. It's just gonna keep screaming, I think.
That weird noise sounds like an RPG laughter noise. Yeah, you saved mid level there.
Yeah, finally.
Way to sneak in. Very stealthy. We'll hear those robots chasing you around for the rest of the time. Man, they're so smart. They have such... Like, that's one of the things that I wouldn't expect on a console. That's what I mean. Like, an AI traveling like that and chasing you around through a tiny little tunnel, and then there's the ants. It seems like you need a better weapon situation. Your gun is tiny.
They've got explosives too. I just don't think that's fair. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think they should be allowed to have explosives. The explosives should be really a one-directional thing.
Trying to hold on to the rockets.
Yeah, I kind of don't want to use them up.
So that power armor just turned into the ants, huh?
I guess so.
The ants are inside.
Where am I going? Oh. Hidden switch on the wall. Of course. Oh my god.
Whoa.
I'm gonna go this way.
Run and gun. No problem. Oh, this looks safe. Safe and good for everybody.
Well, I'm very excited to be dying here. What is that? What is that even?
Hey, you have more than 100 health. You do have one of those pickups. Does your jetpack ever run out? Is that something you also just acquired forever?
No, I just finally got it taken away from me.
Oh, jeez. This is a dangerous button to hit.
They got the better end of that deal there.
You just get flanked by rocketeers.
The plot of this game changes between versions. Well, I think that's the sign of a good game. If you ask me, that's actually good, really.
It's the perspective of the ants the second time. That dude's just a walking bomb.
Yeah, I almost don't want to kill him, because I just know he's going to turn into more enemies.
Yeah, 20 health is not enough right now.
Nope, and then I'm going into this room.
Like, you require the jetpack for this, so I imagine they don't take it from you until you do... Like, this area is just jetpack banned after you go down.
Right. Yeah, I think collecting that, the extra health there took it away from me.
Hey, you did better this time.
Slightly more health. We'll see if it makes the difference. Oh, God. I always forget that they're there. I run right into them.
Well, they're invisible.
That's how they get you.
Stealth. So what's your plan here? Apparently the left was the way to go, from what I saw, but...
Okay. Well,
Wow. Is that a spelunky ass death? What? Jeez.
yeah, the game's like, it's your fault, really. You shouldn't have jumped in there.
Why'd you open the door? You could have lived in there. It was a 2D Doom because there's monster closets where you're not supposed to live.
Living was never part of the plan.
These guys seem like they're one note at least. Wonder what the plan is supposed to be here. Like, you can't get back up top again. Yeah, you can't.
Nah, I'm stuck down there. I think I've got to run left, but I'm out of ammo, so I keep trying to run right to get a little bit more.
Yeah, it could be an ammo. I mean, you hate to see it, but it could be you just don't have the right gun. You're not ready for this battle. Though, we did read that there's alternate ways through stages, so I'm not sure if this is even a mandatory path or not. That kind of information might be a thing. Yeah, is there friendly fire? Do those bomb guys kill ants?
It just happens so fast. There's no...
It is really like you don't have armor at all and you just walked into an explosion. You just are gone.
They just all have rocket launchers. Like, the rocket launcher seems really hectic when you use it, but when like 30 other guys use it, it's fireworks at that point.
Oh yeah. We could probably investigate and get maps if the game is as open as it sounds like. You can probably get all kinds of cool stuff.
I keep getting the ammo and then trying to, like, look at how much ammo I get when I do that.
Yeah.
Look at them, they're just going to town. They'll never stop.
It's a dead end. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see how it's going.
I believe firmly that one day I will get out of this stage. Like I said, though, if watching me be bad at a video game is putting you off from it, keep in mind we do actually have, you know, unlike in some months, we actually do have an existing world record that you can use to build off of. So someone has already done the legwork on how much ammo is needed for things, how to navigate certain parts of the stage. So. Exit's right there. It was very easy. I found it.
Nice. I was reading the chat. I missed the end.
Well, I'll tell you, the end was a lot different than the beginning. All I did this time was fired my guns pretty much the same way.
This dude's just falling down a shaft, yelling. We'll get on over there. This is fine. This is good. Love to see it. Hey.
What are you doing? This is not video games.
This rules. You missed the switch. How could you? Some gamer.
What a mess.
So, at 15 FPS, that switch was on screen for 2 frames. Did they move the switch? Is it randomly placed? Maybe that's a power-up. I don't know. Maybe it's not a switch. Hey, you survived that somehow. Nice work. With your 2 health, you just crawled through a bomb. He's slowly coming your way.
Figured I'd let him have that one. It really felt like he earned it.
He did. He just wouldn't stop stomping. Yeah, there's no switch. There must be a drop that falls down here. There's plenty of that. Okay, so I think landing up there is a big deal for you. That seemed to work a lot better. What's this walking bots deal?
Alright. Good on... Oh my god. I was gonna say good on health. But these will take care of that.
They don't seem too bad. At least they're not exploding.
At least they're not exploding. Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's a good point.
Oh, that's exploding.
Leave me alone.
Safety. The fact that they have guns is really strange. I'll get used to it, I guess. It's just not the kind of enemy you would expect to be loaded with a gun.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's definitely like the Contra crawler sort of dude. Your elevator left without you.
Well, life down here is different.
Waiting for the ride.
Is it going to come back? Is it actually going to come back, or am I?
Maybe it's a really tall, really long wait. Can you hit the button? Oh no. Yeah, there you go. And you get killed by the elevator.
Every time I hit it, it goes back off.
I think, there it is.
Okay.
There's 3 elevators. This looks safe. This is a very high security building.
Oh my god.
Well, you know, you got those enemies, so now next time you ride the elevator, you're all set. It's just the...
That's true.
It's the Bubsy progression strat. Where enemies don't respawn in any of those games.
Okay.
There was that one. Nice ride.
I'm gonna stay against the wall here so I don't get knocked off.
Well, that worked. Yeah, that's really slick. Those rockets, just one of them does 15 damage each. You took 7. I think evasion is a big part of this game. So you're killing them really fast with this gun. That being said, that's quite a few.
Man. There's a lot going on in this level.
We are at 50 minutes of abuse.
That's how I would describe it too.
Jokes write themselves.
Yeah, that was a slow pitch, honestly.
I'm gonna play some Contra music in the background since we don't have the regular music. It'll fit.
What's the load button? That's the load button.
Hey, that screen rules. speed bump is all set.
I'm not sure what's going on with that room. It eventually just, like, explodes and kills me. It looks like those things in the backgrounds are probably... in the background are, like, mines of some sort. It's hard to tell. Well, I don't like that the background is timed mines. I guess that's the point.
This definitely seems like a safe space to stand in.
I'm trying so hard to get out of there before everything blows.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching the record of this and seeing how this is all handled. If they just... maybe they don't even go here at all. But I imagine at some point they're gonna run into this, right? They have to. So...
sure.
They must do something to safely handle this. There must be an easy way. Well, maybe not easy, but there must be a solution. And it probably is guns. I'm gonna guess that it's just some ridiculous gun. But, looks like you made it by hopping a bunch. Have you been doing that? Is that a new strat?
Right, I decided I'd try it out for the first time.
You can just
Oh my
jump
God.
past the explosion. Oh, here we go. Time to ride the wind.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to save at that station?
I don't know.
Hey, they gave you some health in this to make up for that.
Give me a lot of health right there.
Nice. That's big. It's boss time?
It seems like the full health actually takes away your whatever power up you have at the time.
Oh. Well, I don't think you could have avoided it.
No, I don't think so either.
They wanted you to. This is scripted, chosen path here.
No.
One power up at a time makes sense. And it really lets them control this. This is a... I've seen people call this like a Metroid-like because it's so non-linear. But that gives it some linearities if they lock you up with power-ups like no fight.
Right.
Your guy's scream is just incredible. I think it's the stock scream that Blood Omen used when you, as a vampire, would rip a man in half.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel as cool as ripping a man in half, I'll tell you that much.
Those were Switch-related ants. When you press that switch, they get real mad.
Alright,
Hey!
what's the next level?
Nice work. You want to call? Is this a good place?
Yeah, we'll call it here. Well, that's abuse.
Yeah. What's that traffic light? What are these what's that face? What are these options?
So the traffic light is start a new game. The face is your difficulty configuration, so I think this is easy, medium, or sorry. Oh no, I wasn't on the easiest, I was on medium. So this is easiest, medium, hard, and the face is really bloody here, so something harder than that.
That's really good.
There's a color configuration, which was, I guess, necessary at the time. I don't think that I've picked a very good color configuration, but I was putzing with it to try to get it to look halfway decent. Oh.
Volume.
Yep, volume works.
Nice.
So yeah, that's abuse. I think this game's really cool. The world record right now is about 33 minutes, you said, or 37 minutes. It did not look like a perfect run. You know, there's always this give and take when it comes to picking games for speed bump. We want games that looks like might be able to be optimized further, but it's often good to find something with a run. This looks like it meets that standard. There is a run that seems pretty good, and at the same time, there's a lot of room for improvement in it, I think.
I see a lot of people excited about this game, honestly. It seems like a cult classic kind of DOS game, but I've never heard of it until we researched this here and put it on our list. But like, I see people are excited about it, and it's definitely got some kind of following. And those are big name people actually related to this. Like Bungie and id Software are not small, right? Those are so you know, I'm not surprised this game is known.
The other thing I will mention is that the default key bindings for this game, there's no configuration in game for changing them. That was one of the things I was really struggling against, because the default key configuration was pretty difficult to play the game and change weapons and use my abilities and fire at the same time. But there are tools out there you can use to remap games for DOSBox in particular, like not just remapping tools for your computer, but like specifically for DOSBox. And that would help a ton. This game is going to become way more playable with just very simple remappings.
Yeah, I would recommend it. We definitely have no problem with that.
Yeah.
Button remapping is fine and good for this. You do it. Well, thanks for joining me.
This game's super cool.
Thanks for playing that.
Yeah. Yeah, next week, make sure you're here to do some races with us, because it's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to some people trying this for the first time, and I guess that for that race, you know, we'll probably see a few people clear it in an hour, especially if people go hard on this game. But really, you know, give it an hour to do, and I think it'll be really interesting to see how far people get.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the race. Hopefully we can get... I would like to see 8 people. That would be nice.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see you then, folks. 9:15 is around when we will be there Sunday night. But until then, the Discord will be bumping. It already is. I can see it flying. See you then.